Oshkosh community. My name is Kate Harrell and I'm the dietitian here at the Oshkosh YMCA. Today I'm going to talk a little bit about how we might save on food costs through this time. Certainly it's something I think a lot of us are thinking about, especially when we don't know exactly what that future is going to hold for us in the next couple months. So some things to think about that I think might be helpful. One, we can certainly gravitate towards some of the less expensive proteins that we could incorporate into meals. So one idea, canned beans, some of the packaged or dry beans are a great way to enhance the protein in a meal. A chili, for example, we might be able to cut down on the meat in it to save some costs and add in something like the beans, the dry beans that we could use that'll boost that protein and how it satisfies us a little bit more as well. Fruits and vegetables, we really want to make sure that we can continue to incorporate, but I understand the costs can go up when we're looking at some of those fresh options. One thing to think about, frozen is always a great way where we can also have a little backup on hand. I try and shop the sales, so I pick and choose when I go to the store what are some of the things that are less expensive that I could then save to use later on. Another great idea is to shop the sales for the fresh options, and then we can also freeze that and use it for later. So one thing I like to do is to freeze the bananas. So bananas are one option that we can usually get pretty inexpensively. And then you can use these for a lot of different things. So this could be used to make a smoothie. I've thought it out and used it in a quick bread, so maybe a banana bread, maybe some banana pancakes. There's lots of ways that we can get creative with these. There's also a nice mock frozen yogurt that you can do with bananas. So if you need help, please let me know. It tastes delicious, and really you're just whipping up some bananas with some other flavorings that you might like to add in. So again, taking some of the fresh, freezing it so that you can use that later. I've done it with berries when they're on sale, so sometimes you can get 2 for $5 or something where it cuts down on the cost. I freeze some and then I can use that later. I put them in my yogurt and then that thaws down and then I can eat those just like they're fresh. Other things to think about are bulk grains. There's a lot of inexpensive options there where we can get a lot of meals out of that bulk package. I have rice here. Rice is pretty inexpensive. We can add in some good vegetables to add in the fiber. I'll use the beans in that as well and kind of make up a bowl with the different options. Pretty inexpensive, and you're still getting the different food groups that we want to bring in with the meals. Oatmeal is another great example. You can use it in a lot of different ways, and one canister of oatmeal can give us a lot more than maybe one box of the cold cereals that can get pretty expensive. Oatmeal in the morning is certainly an easy one where you can change it up each day in terms of what you put in it, depending on what people like in your household. You can certainly bake with oatmeal as well. That can get incorporated into other options. It can be used in things even like a meatloaf where you can use it as a substitute in there as well. So you can get a lot out of one canister. We're going to share a recipe for a homemade granola bar recipe to help out as well. It's made with oats, peanut butter, and some other additions in there. And it's going to be a lot less expensive than some of the packaged bar options that you might find. Pasta is certainly another option that you can tackle a lot of different meals with. Again, just the bulk, plain, not in the box option can be helpful to cut down on costs and then get a lot more out of that one package. Another thing you might think about now, we're talking a little bit about thinking about spring, thinking about summer, and things that we might plant in the yard. This is a really inexpensive way to promote healthy eating, but also to cut down on those expenses for the fresh fruits and vegetables that you might want to use. Use your yard. We have a lot of space. I know I'm thinking about expanding my garden this spring so that I have a lot more options this summer and I can expand on what I'm able to provide for myself. Please feel free to reach out if you need additional assistance on any of this, ideas. We're here for you. Have a wonderful day.